Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon. We're going to speak on black wealth. And nearly 500,000 80-year-olds are still in the workforce because they can't retire. Things are too expensive. I literally can't stop working. See, a lot of celebrities, a lot of our stars, a lot of our family members, they didn't have enough time and opportunity to save a lot of money, accumulate wealth. Because my parents were born in the 40s and shit. So they didn't know anything about wealth building. They didn't know anything about finance because it really wasn't taught in school. And the Caucasian population, they weren't talking to them about it. So a lot of people are working longer, man, because a lot of times we mess our money up. I made a video earlier about that. Why a lot of black people are not successful. We spend a lot of money on drugs, alcohol, partying, hanging out, sex, traveling, pornography, OnlyFans. So by the time it's time for our retire, we didn't spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands on stuff that was all liabilities that didn't bring any money back to us. See, when you see somebody like Kareem, Miss Rashad, my man from the Isley brother, Ron Isley, and a lot of other people, they would get on here and tell you a lot of horror stories about going broke. Iverson, he got stories about going broke, but it's fortunate that he had a fund with Reebok. Then when I get on here and try to tell people, you got to talk about wealth every day. You got to talk about making money. You got to talk about investing. If you don't, you will not make it. Everything is going up. Inflation is going up. Insurance is going up. Property taxes are going up. Cars are going up. Car payments are going up. Home mortgages is going up. So you got to start investing in your financial freedom. You know, because you see a lot of these stars, they wearing this jewelry, that don't mean shit. Like we seen your boy Jim Jones and Christy. That was on a reality show. He was in Dipset. She had a clothing line, and they still lost their house on foreclosure. They still lost their house, Jim Jones. Then you see a lot of other stars, they got podcasts going on, but that don't mean they're making any money. But see, we living on their old reputation. A lot of them don't have no traction. A lot of them don't have the rights to their music. Like the guy Corrupt, he in the hospital right now. He don't have no traction. Snoop Dogg don't getting all the money. And then these people ain't being taught what to do with their money. Yesterday we were talking about investing in the stock market, the S&P 500. If Ronald Isley, I know he got to be in his 80s, would have been invested in his 20s, even his 30s, when he first made a first hit song, would have put a couple $100 in the stock market, he'd be a multi-millionaire. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the same way. He could have took all his money that he played with and invested in the market, he'd be a multi-millionaire, maybe a billionaire, and he could have lived off his endorsements. But Phyllis Rashad, she was married to a successful man. She also was on a lot of syndicated shows. Even though it's a syndication, the Cosby Show and everything, she got money coming in, but she might have sit there and accumulated too many liabilities. So the liability might eat up all her money. So you'll see guys like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, the James Hardens, the Kobe Bryants of the day. These guys are educated more with finance. Even Charles Barkley, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, they all said they had financial problems. John Sally said Shaq had to get him out from financial problems. Where Shaq had loaned John Sally some money, then he went back to paying back. Shaq told him, don't even worry about it, bro. But how many people are going to be able to do that? See, if a person loaned $100 for you, you might need it back. Shaq is almost a billionaire, so $100,000 wasn't nothing to him. But it was fortunate that this man had somebody who going to pick him up. So don't think these stars doing good. You know, I see it every day. You know, I see it with my people. I see it with people's society. We see it with people when they get on here and be truthful about their finances, where they fucked up at. It's people out here made hundreds of millions in their career. Mike Tyson made $500 million in his career. But guess what? He went broke. And it's fortunate that Mike was in some movie. It's fortunate that Mike wrote a book. It's fortunate that people like Mike, he didn't burn no bridges. And then people didn't put him back in power. Now look at your boy Dame Dash. He going broke. Yeah, Dame Dash, we know Dame Dash is a brilliant dude. So he got some money coming in somewhere because he still got a nice lifestyle. He got a house in Florida. He got a house in Atlanta. He got a property in New York. So I know Dame Dash is smart enough to be getting royalties. You know what I'm saying? So he got some money coming in somewhere. But at the end of the day, he still lost millions from bad financial move, not having financial literacy. He book smart, he business savvy, but he wasn't financial savvy. He wasn't financial savvy. And that's the scary thing about that. Not being financial savvy, where you're going to be able to let your money work for you forever. Forever. The guy was on the Breakfast Club from EPMD. This man haven't made no music in maybe 30 years. But he said for the royalty from his money, he get $250,000 a year. That's a lot of money. That $25,000 a month, he said he get for the rest of his life. So no matter what, he got that money coming in. And then a lot of people in our celebrity, they have a lot of financial problem called they got played by the advisors. That's why I always tell people on here, don't let nobody invest your money for you. You don't need a motherfucker to invest your money for you. Invest your own money. You should know where your money going. You should be able to keep a record where your money going. I check my account. I know what my accounts are doing. You know, I reinvest all my dividends. I make 85% of my financial play with my money. 15%, my brother-in-law might do 50%. Now there's 125 people in here. Can everybody please power tap the screen? We need everybody to get the lights up to like 5K. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And also as a follow for follow. There's 130 people here follow the host, and y'all should be following each individual on the wall. Everybody should be getting followed. It's 124 people in here. Start following people. Everybody, please power tap. What's up, Unit? What's up, Chuck? What's up, Bus? And I tell people, man, the power is in the market. If all these people would have did the right thing, they could have retired. Both of my parents retired before 65. My father retired because he got sick, and my mom retired to take care of him. But they both retired before they were 65. They had the money coming in from the retirement and the pension, and also they had money coming in from investment properties that my father had. He had 4 pieces of real estate before he died. So my father did the right thing with his money. Now, my mother wasn't really great with her money, but she was smart enough to make sure she took care of her house and took care of her family and the kids. But my father was real tight with his money. So they was cool in retirement. Then I know several other people that cool in retirement. Then I know a lot of people, like my uncle, he just finally retired because he getting to the point where his health is failing. But he was almost 80 and he still was working at a hard factory. And I asked him one day, I said, why you ain't retiring, man? He kept it real with me at one of the barbers, Mr. Tim Black. Y'all can follow him too, Timothy Little. Follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. He also said it. He told it straight up, hey, I F my money up. I F my money up. I F my money up. But they fail to realize time keep moving. Time goes so fast. But once you get a certain age, the young accidental investor is gone. I'm the old accidental investor. So I can't make unwise decisions with my money. I can't spend my money on every trip. I can't go out and eat every day. Them kids not saving them either. No, they not. No, they not. Hell no, they not. Hell no, they not. Because most of our children is not going to take care of us. We don't come from a traditional background like the Asian, the Chinese, the Dominican, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans. Once we get old, our family would discard us. They ain't going to pay our bill. And I ain't saying all, but majority. We know because a lot of us ain't going to do it. So the black families ain't built like that. The black family not going to move mama and daddy in and let them live the rest of their life out in luxury. They taking care of them, letting they keep their money. We don't do that. But it's some that do that, and I'm just talking. But we know a lot that don't. So we got to start thinking about how we going to build wealth, how we going to keep our wealth. What do you mean I can help you with that? What do you mean you can help me with that? What do you think about day trading? Well, me personally, Sub-Zero, I think anybody is day trading is committing suicide financially because most day traders don't make no money. That's what I want you to do, Sub-Zero. Go and Google the percentage of day traders that's successful, it might be 1 to 2%. You see, most high power financial advisor would tell you not to day trade or swing trade. True, my grandmother lived in an old folks home and she had 13 kids. Right, go to an old folks home, you will see how many people do not take care of their families. That because most of our elders are selfish and abusive and expect to be taken care of. Well, I can't speak for most, I don't know. It's some, and it's abuse everywhere. But my family were not abusive. We never put my mother and father in any kind of assistant living. We didn't put them in none of that shit. They died with us. And we made them a vow to that. Because if enough of us, we can take care of our parents. And if fortunate, my sister husband was a great man, is a great man, and he put in some work with us also. But we gotta blame our sign. We gotta blame the way we raised now, because with social media, what the best thing to invest in, to my brother? Well, no. Now you can find a fund that do invest in oil. Just say you're looking at an S&P 500 fund. We're gonna say the SPDR S&P 500 Trust. You can look down on it and see, do they invest in oil? Or get online and look up a fund that invests in oil or gold or silver. I have funds that invest in silver, gold, platinum. I have funds that invest in real estate. So you got to look up funds that, if you want to really invest in something, look up a fund that invests in that, but invest in a lot of other companies, because you want your fund to be well diversified. You don't want to just be investing in just oil per se, because if you just got an oil stock and it go down, what's going to happen? You're going to lose money. But you got an S&P 500 index fund or ETF and invest in oil in other sectors, you'll still be making money if the oil go down. I agree. If your people took care of you, you're obligated, but you're not obligated. No, that's right. See, my mother and father took care of us. That's our obligation. And I would, no matter what, if my mother was still alive, my father's still alive, whatever I'm doing, they're going to be involved. Yeah, that's Ron Isley. You know what I'm saying? So if I was making money, I'm still going to make sure I'm going to drop off $400 or $500 a week to my parents. And like I said, they retired from Ford. They still would have the money, but I'm getting money coming in. So I'm going to always make them know that I appreciate them having me. They could have aborted me and also raised me to the best of their ability. So if my parents were alive right now, whatever I do for anybody else, they're going to get it. Send me this S&P SPDR. You just did. Look up S&P 500 SPDR ETF Trust. But look up more than that one, because I don't know if they actually got an oil fund in there. But most likely it's due, because it's 500 of the top companies. So let me put on the wall for you the ones you can look up, youngster. Hold on. I'm put all the ones you can look at that might have that in that fund. But like I said, I'm not sure. But you gotta check behind me. Hold up, give me a minute. I'm typing. Okay, I just put on the wall for you, youngster. At Vanguard VOO, Vanguard VGT, Vanguard VTI, and SPDR S&P 500 Trust, and QQQ. Now, like I said, I don't know what one of them funds might have it in there. You got to check it out yourself and do your own due diligence and see. But like I said, all these people, these are just some of the people that went through financial problems, and they still got to work because they still got to maintain a lifestyle. And it's kind of bad. I don't know if Kareem got kids. I don't know about none of their families. I don't know if their family was set up. Did they take care of their families, or was their family making money? But look at Shaquille O'Neal. He take care of his family. So if something happened to him, I guarantee he got stuff set up where he going to be cool for the rest of his life, because he's a smart guy. You know, but you can look at a lot of the rappers, a lot of the podcasters, a lot of YouTubers, reality show people. They ain't gonna do good with their money. because they living to make people think they doing better than what they are. I'm 71 years old. Nobody will hire me. I found a way to make money with my cell phone. I'm on it every day. Right. You can, at 71, you can make money with your cell phone. You can make money driving Uber, Lyft. You can make money doing Amazon Flex. It's too many ways now. You can go Uber Eats. You know, it's too many ways for people to make money. But when you're sitting there in a certain financial stratosphere, you don't want to go beneath that. None of them want to drive over. They ain't gonna go backwards. So he gonna try to be on a roll as much as possible, as long as he can get 50,000, pay his employees, pay his band, and put a couple dollars in the pocket. Kareem might still he gonna get money from a pension with the NBA, but I don't know how much it is. How can you make 5 years making 100K a year and end up with, hold up. How can you work 5 years making 170K a year and end up with 30 million in the bank? You must be talking about Ilhan Omar. She embezzling money with her homeboy, the homegirl, with the Somali community. And the mayor's involved, and you know the governor involved, because they know what was going on. Because if you run a business like a daycare, a group home, or you have any business like that, you're going to get inspections. So them people not had nobody there, that means they had a lot of confidence that nobody was going to ever come and inspect them buildings and see that they had people there. You're not going to go a year without getting inspection, or 2 years. You might get 3 or 4 or 5 inspections a year. Sometimes they might just pop up because they just inspected somebody around the corner for you. They say, fuck it, I'm over here. I'm going to go in there too. They try to catch you off guard. For these people never had no inspection, they got to be down with the lick. And for her to be $164,000 in debt 5 years to 30 to 40 million, you know what she doing. You know what she doing. And they all doing it. They all getting rich. So that's why they don't want to leave Congress at 90. Nancy Pelosi and all these people barely can walk. Maxine Waters and them barely can walk. But they going to stay there because they get millions and millions of dollars. What you mean by that? Say, man, y'all believe anything. What you mean by that, Miss Reese? Because I do believe that 65% of the African-American population, that's 60 or 70 or 80, I believe they live in check to check and broke. And it might be a higher percentage. That's why they still working. I always tell people, it's okay to work if you choose to. But if you working because you got to at 65, 70, and 80, you mess your money up, no matter what you tell me. Now, if you working for yourself, like Sam Walton, Warren Buffett, just retired in his 90s, you know, you still see people coaching because that's something they love to do. They don't have to do it. But if I got to get up every day and punch a clock at a factory, and that factory is tearing my body up, and I'm still living check to check, you got to check yourself. You got to check yourself. And they should check this out. Because for one thing about Kareem, you're an icon. You was in movies. You're a superstar. You're one of the greatest that ever touched a basketball. Nowhere in the world, he still shouldn't have money coming in from somewhere, even some endorsements. Or he should have a part of the Laker franchise where he can be assistant coach or doing something. Ronald Isley, the same way. You should have a lot of money coming in for royalty. But his ex-wife wrote like 60% of his catalog. And then other people might have been writing music for him. So he might not own none of that music. No sitting for youngster generation. Y'all had made it. Yeah. You gotta understand, man. I'm 60. If a motherfucker don't want some sympathy from me, you ain't gonna get it. Because I went to prison. I spent almost 20 years in prison. And I came out here and got on my grind. I wasn't worrying about no wife. I wasn't worrying about no girlfriend. I wasn't worrying about fucking. I was worrying about getting some money and getting myself stable. I wasn't worrying about all that shit. I wasn't running the street. I wasn't hanging out till I got my shit right. Once I got my shit right, then when I bought some stuff. Then when I bought some clothes. Because I had a goal. And once I smashed that goal, then I started buying some stuff that I want. Because I knew I was cool. But before I was cool, I wasn't worrying about that. For even 18 months in barber college, I ate the same food. Because I knew I had to save my money, invest my money. I knew it wasn't nobody going to help me. And I wasn't going to move in with nobody. I wasn't going to do that. So I knew all my money was going to have to go to rent and living. And paying all the arrears of my child support. I had to. So I had to grind. But most people don't want to put that work in. Most people get a couple of dollars. They go out there and start partying as soon as they get it. Now we got 50 people in here. On the 50 people, would you please go down the wall and follow the host? The host will follow you back. I'm following almost 10,000 people. I can't follow no more than 10,000. And also, everybody on the wall is a follow for follow. So go down the wall and start following people. Start following people. Good info. Preach, brother. I appreciate it. Because think about it, Don. Nobody should be working hard at a certain age. And I'm going to show you. Hey, Don, do me a favor. Put your age on the wall. I'm about to show you how easy this shit is to become a millionaire. We know 10, 15 years from now, $1 million ain't going to be shit. The average house in the hood is worth $500,000 now. What's the best way to make and invest money? Well, the best way for me was the S&P 500. And also, okay, you're 70, 71. And also, call a financial company like Charles Schwab, Vanguard, Fidelity, one of them, InvestQ. They will tell you what to invest your money in once you tell them how you're trying to do it. But the best way for you to make some extra money where it ain't putting no strain in your life, drive for Uber, drive for Lyft. You know, you just driving people around, make a couple extra hundred and take that money to invest. And then keep your money that you got, you know, from your job. But also, whatever money you're making, just say you're making $20 an hour. And I'm just talking in general because I don't know what you're making. We're going to say you're making $20 an hour. The average person now is working 6 days a week, 12-hour shift. But we're going to put you at a 10-hour shift. So that's 60 hours a week. You can take them 20 hours and invest that because you still can live up your 40 hours. So what I'm saying, the first 2 hours of your pay, you can invest. So that 40 times 6. That 240, that's $1,000 a month you can invest in the market. And you still have 50 hours to live off. Where you can pay your car note, your house note, pay your utility bills, pay for daycare, your trick bill. It's no excuse now, because it's too much information out there. What people are lacking is discipline. People are lacking in discipline because these people been successful since the 70s. It's no fucking way they put to be broke. And like you said, I don't have no sympathy for them because they've been around too many successful people for not to get no information from them about finance. Same thing with Kareem. Kareem, you played for a dynasty. You played with one of the most successful African-American athletes ever, Magic Johnson. He made more money after his retirement from the NBA. So you're going to tell me you can't pick the phone up and pick his brain? You can't call Michael Jordan and pick his brain? You couldn't call Jenny Busnum and pick their brain? Or did you burn a lot of bridges? Ron Isley, you've been around the music industry for 50-some years. You're going to tell me you can't call Clyde Davis or nobody and get no financial gain? You can't call Russell Simmons or nobody? And Felicia Rashad, you're going to tell me you can't call nobody. You had one of the most successful African men in history, Bill Cosby. You even went to trial and spoke up for him. You're going to tell me you couldn't ask him about finance, what to do with your money, and you were with this man for maybe 20 years, and you didn't sit there and pick his mind? Or you didn't sit there and pick up no game, how you can produce, how you can write movies? That's why I say I don't understand what people do when they're around people. You ain't get no information. Everybody who I've been around that's extremely successful, I ask them how they do certain shit. But a lot of people give me information because I'm loyal, I'm trustworthy, I'm not going to cross you, I'm not going to go behind your back. No, you put me on, I'm going to stay with you. Even if I feel like I can outgrow you, I'm still going to stay with you. I'm always show that loyalty. But people don't do that nowadays. So a lot of people reluctant to help you out. And that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we're in a world now that people reluctant to help people call. You can help a person today, tomorrow they flip on you. So that's the world we're in now. Look at Dame Dash. He can't stay off a podcast talking bad about Jay-Z. If he shut his goddamn mouth, he might well have no problems out of Jay-Z. Jay-Z might have picked him back up. He don't know when to shut the fuck up. Everybody who been around 50, who crossed 50, 50 show you how he gonna play you. He gonna keep eating, he gonna let your ass be out there starving. But the dude like Tony Yayo, Uncle Murder, what guy name? Y'all know the other guy that be with him. He still take them dudes on tour. He still make sure them dudes eat. But guess what? They never say shit bad about him. The other day they were talking to Game about him, and they said, "Man, you still talking?" 50 said, "I don't talk to that ninja." He said, "Man, what do we talk about?" He said, "Shit, for real. He don't talk about nothing but money." He said, "One thing I give him a prop on getting money, but you can't humble yourself, idiot, to get back to this man and apologize for the bullshit that he done went through when you were clicking up with two people he was really seriously beefing with that try to take him out. They can't retire, Carl. To keep your music relevant, you had to spend money." No, if they'd have set their money up right, they could have been retired and could have lived out residual income. Russell Simmons no ain't making music no more. Clyde Davis ain't got no artist no more. He living off the residuals. They didn't know what they were doing. When your boy died, Prince died, Prince had $200 or $300 million. Michael Jackson, he had to keep doing shit because he was in extreme debt. He died broke. You don't have to keep, when you got money coming like that, Barry Gordy don't have to keep making music. You name it, the top pimps in the industry. It don't matter who the pimp is. If you're a prostitute, you got to know that you can't keep selling your soul. You got to start putting some of that money up. 50 knew that. Irv Gotti them knew that. Jay-Z knew that. I guess they have to know they're going to pimp you so long and discard you. You're going to be an ex-hoe. So you got to be smart enough to know I got to do something with money. MJ was not broke. Well, you can say they killed him, whatever, but all you got to do is Google what Michael Jackson broke when he died. They're going to say yes. Just Google it. Just put in Michael Jackson broke when he died. They're going to say yes. He was in extreme debt. His catalog, and he making more money off his death. One thing about me, I'm not going to say shit I ain't researched. And I researched that after his death when they kept talking about it. So he was broke. And I'm sorry, but his family making more money off his death. And if you say they unaligned him, I don't know if they did or not. I don't do conspiracies. And one thing about it, I don't do conspiracy. I know he was getting high. I know a man went to prison because he was administering drugs to him. So I know he was an addict. Right out he died, Spotify came to be. Because he owned, able to, okay, you said right after he died, Spotify came to be because the music he owned was able to be brought. Okay, they sold the music catalog that he didn't own. His family should have kept it. They shouldn't have sold it to Sony. Spotify's supposed to do that, but I don't think they have a line. I don't put that on people. That's a hell of a allegation for you to say that somebody took somebody out for some money. Y'all don't realize some of the stuff y'all say without having facts. I've been in prison. You don't say nothing about people you don't have facts on. That can be a death wish. You can add me something about somebody. If I ain't 100% sure, I won't speak it. I can't be 35 or 20%. I got to be 100% sure. I do. Humans are able to do anything they put their minds to. Yes, they are. But the human nowadays, all they got the capability to do is get high. I made a video on TikTok earlier about that. What are some of these black men goals nowadays? What are some of these black men aspiring to be? Because a lot of them don't have no motivation. They sit home all day and play video games. They sit home all day and bag you for a couple dollars. Or they sit home long they can have sex, and when they grow and get high and drink, they cool. We got to have more going on. But the first and foremost, we got to learn how to take care of our finances. Can't say people that just selling their soul and think someone won't kill somebody for bread. Hey, man, like I said, I don't get in all that conspiracy shit. That ain't my thing. I'm too wise and too smart for that. I don't speak on what nobody doing because I don't know if that shit truth or not. I don't know if they selling souls or not. I ain't sold my soul. Yeah. What you want to learn about, young lady? We need more tradesmen. Thank you. Trade. Trade school is where the money at. Plumbing, pipe fitting, electrical, millwright, pipe fitting, roofing, landscaping. Do you know people are becoming millionaires in them trades? 30, 40 years ago, people didn't want them trades. People that want to be in them trades, they're beneath them. Now them trades are bringing in a lot of money because you can be an electrician and make well over 100,000. Then you do side jobs. Every one of them trade skills can do a side job. The trades are where the money at. Factories ain't got no money no more. They making a cap on your pay. Doctors it's only certain doctors make money. It's only certain coaches gonna make money. But with a trade, with your skill set, your wealth is unlimited. Why you bringing Ronald Isley in this though? Because Ronald Isley pictures up here and he made some comments that he's still working because he done messed up his finances. So I got it up here. Your concrete bricklayers, they making a lot of money. Truck drivers, this government doesn't care about $65, $150,000 no income tax. What you mean by that? So they put themselves in this situation where I can have a dialogue with people and tell y'all don't need to do the same thing. Like me and the Real Derek be on here. He gave me some advice about 2 months ago, VGT. I ended up buying 44 shares of VGT. I'm going to buy some more. My goal is to get 100 shares. So I got 44 for. My goal is this year, I'm going to try to have 100 shares of VGT. Because we get on here and talk about this. So I'm trying to tell you, don't make the same dumbest decision they made. Because you make 100,000, don't mean you're supposed to spend 100,000. Just say you make 100,000. They take out taxes. Now we at 70,000. We're going to just say they take 30%. We know they take more. So you're at 70,000. You still should be able to put up 20% of that. So that $14,000 to $20,000, you should be able to invest in the market. And you should be able to live off 50K. Your ass can't live off 50K a year. If you say you can't, you're lying. Because a lot of people live on less than that and still live good. And then if you have a spouse, they bring in that 50K. You got 100,000 to live on, and y'all still invested 30 or 40,000 into the market. We live above our means. I make sure that 60% of my income go back into the stock market because I live a frugal life. Yes, I go out and eat every week. I don't buy clothes no more. I don't buy cars and rims no more. I don't buy jewelry no more. I just do me. I just sit back and chill now. Whatever money I get, I put up because I don't do shit. Do I take a couple of trips a year? I take about 4 trips a year. I'm going to New Orleans this year. I go to Atlanta every year called my sister. I'm going to go to Turks and Caicos again. I'm going to go to Dallas. And I'm going to San Diego. And then the other trips I don't count, like going to Columbus, Cleveland, because I go down there a couple of times a year called family. I'm going to West Virginia a couple of times this year. Detroit. I'm going to go to Chicago. I don't call them vacation because they drivable. And I got people in all them places. So that ain't a vacation to me. That me going to holler at some motherfuckers and come bring my ass back in a couple of days. Because I go to Detroit almost every weekend. At least 2 to 3 times a month. Because I just go up and eat, drive around and bring my ass back home because it's right down the street. So I don't call that going out of town. That's just me driving through somebody's suburb shit. So what y'all need to do is start looking these stocks up. It's 2026. These some of the stocks that you can look up. These some of the ones that I have made great money from. And thank you to Real Derek. And like I said, I'm not telling nobody what to invest in. Do your own due diligence because I'm not a financial advisor or a stockbroker. I'm just on here talking about finance and why people got to stop fucking their money up living for now. You fuck the first 2 quarters of your life. The third quarter is important. The fourth quarter is the part of life that you really want to live. You want to be in that fourth quarter and live good as hell. You don't want to be in the fourth quarter and struggling. How the hell you in the fourth quarter, you struggling, trying to make it by? Hell no, you don't want to be him. You don't want to be him. But that's the way people live their life. People are living their life like on a suicide with reckless abundance. And now look at this. Y'all see that? Follow the real Derek. In 2025, two investments got me 22.5%. Now, what two investments got you 22.5%? I already know because we talked about it. If you don't mind, put it on the wall because I don't want to put your business out there unless you want to put it on the wall. Now, he made 22% on two businesses. Two investments. And I know the two investments that he did it with because we done talked about it. And he turned me on to one. You see the power of the internet? He turned me on to a play. I never even heard about this play. And when he told me, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. But me, Mr. Nosy guy, I went back and looked it up. I like, oh shit, what? Then I bought some. But hold up, you got another one too. What about your Roth? What did you get back on your Roth this year? Now just think about it. If he would have had $1 million in the VGT, which he turned me on to, and the VOO, he would have made $100,000 on each one of them plays. That'd have been $200,000 plus he would have made this year. So he would have made $250,000 unrealized gains. Just imagine, that'd have been $250,000 he's sitting home on the internet he would have made. Okay, I got you. He said, that's my Roth, VOO, and VGT. Okay, good. See, I got individual funds of the VOO and VGT. So most likely it might be in my Roth also. So that's why I tell people, it's too many ways to be a beast in this shit. You just gotta have discipline and stop letting people spend your fucking money. Man, you ain't spending my money, man. I'll tell my broad in a minute, you ain't spending my money. I'm not doing that because you want to go ahead and go. I don't have to go. If she want to take a trip, take a trip. I ain't going. I have everything in my life planned out. I don't spend no extra money unless I got to. Today I went and bought a tire. But did I have money and saved up for a tire? Yes, I have money for emergency. Because they kept having a slow leak. I got tired of putting air in the motherfucker. I said, fuck, let me go get the tire and stop being petty. This year I can invest $7,500 in the Roth. Now think about it. And the good thing about that Roth, I maximized all my money in the Roth for the last 20 years. Now, the good thing about the Roth, why I love the Roth, if I ever want to pull that money that I put in there because it already been taxed, I can pull out. But now the gains I made, they would tax me on the gain. So that's the great thing about a Roth. And also the great thing about having a brokerage account, whatever money I put in there, I don't have to invest it in the market. It can sit in that brokerage account and also make me interest. They give you a certain percentage. Some might be 1%, some might go up to 4 to 5% in some brokerage account. So that's another way to make money. And then if I want to pull it out, I won't be taxed on it. I can just pull that money out because it's mine, because it never been physically put into the market. So I do stuff on it like that because I told myself this year I'm going to treat myself to a vehicle and I'm going to pay cash for it. So I was putting the money in there so I wouldn't be touching it. And then I don't want to put the money into an investment account. And then once I put in an investment account, if I pull it, they're going to hit me with that capital gain tax. So I just had the money sitting there still accumulating interest for me because I know I was going to pull it this year. Because I told myself my 60th birthday, I was going to treat myself. But my 60th birthday was in November. I didn't want to buy a car in the wintertime. You know, I'm in the Midwest. I want to get in that car and be able to enjoy that car. So I didn't want to buy a car right now. So we got 33 people here. Can everybody find the real deal Derek? Can everybody find Major Pressure? Can y'all really follow these people? They got good financial advice for you. Can everybody go down the wall? Is a follow for follow. If anybody want to come in and talk about finance, you can. You know, you can take over the floor. Tell people what you're investing, how you start investing. But you got to turn your camera on. I would never put nobody on here again unless they got their camera on. Because I want people to feel like they talk to a real human being. And we had that social interaction. So I'm going to ask you, Major, what are some other investments you think that we should be looking at in 2026? And what are some of your goals for 2026? Everybody put me some of their goals on for 2026 and tell me some of y'all, what you need for investment advice about real estate, the stock market, cryptocurrency, open up group homes, whatever you need to ask me, I can answer because everything I just said I do. And I've been doing the least amount of time, been in cryptocurrency since 2019 when Trump was in office at the end of his term, and also the group home, but the group home also been about 12 years. But everything else I've been in about close to 20 years since 2007, 2008. So if you want to talk about anything on that line, how to become a Section 8 landlord, I can tell you that. I just bought a piece of property right now. I'm waiting on a lead inspection next week before they come through and inspect, because they say I had to have a lead inspection because most likely people going to have kids. I'm in the BKRB. I'm looking to double my annual investment this year and pay my last half off. I started Airbnb and I want to start my portfolio. Well, I don't have to give my nephew any feedback major because I know what he's doing. So like I said, y'all can contact him and please follow him for financial advice. But I'm going to let my nephew answer that, Kisha. Started Airbnb. I want to start my portfolio. So I want him to answer your question of that, what he think you should put your money in and what you should invest in. And also, Airbnb, the way to go, but it's a lot of red tape with that shit now. A lot of people are squatting. So you got to be really careful. You got to be really careful because it's good money in that, but also can be a sinful endeavor. Like me, I have real estate. I just go ahead and rent all my real estate out to Section 8. I sell for 4 pieces of property. They rent out to people who run a business from. Yes, really. It's really a rough road because once somebody get in there by law, you can't just kick them out. So you got to be really, really careful. I'm invested too young to retire, but I will never retire because I love what I do. Now, California Lee, what do you invest in? What are some of your biggest investments? My biggest investment right now is the Spider S&P 500, the Vanguard VTI, the Vanguard VOO, and also I have over 100 shares of QQQ and VASQ, and I have maybe 300 shares of Apple and also Meta. Those are some, and Google I had like 75 shares. So those are some of my greatest investments right now outside of the cryptocurrency space. So young lady, you want to start a portfolio. How old are you? What's your age? I need to know your age, Kisha. Major said, I would like to start off with an ETF, VOO, VGT, and VTI automatic investment bi-weekly or monthly set. Real estate and day trade, SPY daily, and tech. Well, I don't mess with day trade and swing trading because a lot of people ain't going to be successful in it. You can make bits and pieces of money. A guy told me last week that he made about 10K this year, which is cool. I can make 10K a month, you know, just investing in the stock market. So I don't mess with day trading, swing trading. It's too high risk. Now, real estate is the way to go. Because one thing about the real estate market, you're going to always make some money. So I tell people, if you rent that property out, that $1,500 coming in. You got to pay your property tax. You got to pay your homeowner's insurance. You know, you got to put money up in case something happen, because something going to happen. But one piece of real estate would not make you rich, but one piece of real estate would still bring in money. It would be a long-term generational wealth builder. So wow, how do you start in stocks? Okay, you say you're 36. Now I want everybody to hear this. I'm talking to a 36-year-old young lady. Most likely she's African American. Do what you need to do. When you get off the phone with me, call Vanguard, Charles Schwab, BlackRock, Fidelity. Call any financial brokerage firm. Do what I need to do. Hear me. Call them. Tell them you're 36 years old. You got a small risk tolerance for investing. You want to invest in something in the S&P 500. And your goal is by the time you get 65, that means that 30 years from now, 29 years from now, you want to be a multi-millionaire. And they're going to put you in a fund and tell you how much you should be investing into that S&P 500, ETF, mutual fund, or index fund. Hold on a second. They're going to tell you how much you should invest in that account. And if you do that historically, if you get 10% back, and we're not say 10%, called the market historically for the last decade, last century, it been 10 to 15%. They're gonna tell you exactly what fund will fit your profile. And they're gonna say, hey, we need you to put this amount of money in there each month or bi-weekly. I do bi-weekly, but each month. And do that for that 29 years, you'll be a millionaire. Now, here's the catch. You 36. We're going to just put you at 30 years from now. So we're going to say 66. If you just look it up, anybody on here, you don't believe what I'm saying, look this shit up. If you sit there and invest $500 a month for 30 years, young lady, you can Google it right now. Go to Dave Ramsey investment calculator. Dave Ramsey. Everybody go to Dave Ramsey investment calculator. I know Major already know about it. So everybody go to Dave Ramsey investment calculator. That lady at 36 years old, all she got to do is put $500 in there a month for that amount of time and put in 10%, she going to be a millionaire. So it's not that hard. So when people say they broke, you've been making money for 50, think about it. These motherfuckers been making money since the 70s, over 50 years. He been making money since the 60s. Him and Kareem. It's ludicrous. Oh, he said, I started flipping at 21 in Cali, all foreclosed. You had to know what to do in scrap trading. Yes. Also, I don't flip, but I did get all my properties on foreclosed. I don't do flipping because I'm trying to build generational wealth. Because if I flip that property and make 10, 20, 30, 40,000, what if I can't flip no more a year? But if I buy that property for 40, 50,000, put it on the market and rent it out to Section 8, I'm getting $1,500, $2,000 a month rent. I'm making $24,000 a year for the rest of my life, or the rest of somebody else's life. What up, nephew? What's up, KFP? So, young lady, where's she at? Okay, I gotta go back and find her. Keisha G. Keisha, I need you to tell me, was I right or wrong? Did you go and look up Dave Ramsey investment calculator? Put in Google Dave Ramsey investment calculator. It's gonna pop up. It's gonna have your age, your retirement date, your initial investment. Then it's gonna have how much contribution you're gonna make a month. Then it's gonna go down there, you scroll down, it's gonna say percentage. Just put in 10%. But I want you to put in 500, but I also want you to say you got an initial investment, at least $5,000. Put it in real quick. I guarantee you, if you just put that little $500 a month for the next 30 years, you're gonna be a millionaire. Now, why don't you do 1,000? So go on there and play with it real quick and tell me what you got. Tell me if I'm telling you the truth or not. And the same thing with your financial advisor from Charles Schwab or one of them agencies or company, they're going to tell you the same thing. But you go to Earn Your Leisure, you go to Wall Street Trapper, Jay Morrison, these people ain't going to tell you that shit. They're going to tell you to send some money. That information, they're going to give you freaking free. That's free information they're going to give you. Oh, and also, my fault, Keisha, Major Printer said, tell her about the Roth IRA and max it out. Also, go open up your Roth through a brokerage account. Because you open up to a credit union bank, it's like more like a saving account. So you ain't going to get the same gains. So go open, when you call them, tell them you want to open up a Roth IRA. Open that first before you do anything. And maximize your profit. Because you can put $7,000 in there per year. And if you only make that investment of $7,000 a year, you still might get close. You still might become a millionaire. I think you will, because that's still like $700 a month or $600 a month. So you still can smash it by just having a Roth IRA. So did you go in there and play with those numbers? If you went there and play with those numbers, let me know. And tell me if I didn't give you the right information. Because see, my thing is, I'm on here for one reason. And that's to talk shit and give people all the information that I attain. All the information that God has blessed me with. That's my way of getting back 10%. When I'm at home, I'm at the shop now. In the back room, we got a video room. In the studio we built in the back. Okay, kid want to come over and play video game from the university across the street, or people want to come and go live, they can use this. You know, we got it soundproof. You know, they can sit in here and use it while they wait on a haircut, or they can come in and use it. Long as they ain't on here doing nothing crazy, long as they ain't arguing, long as they ain't on here fighting, cussing people out. Now, I need. Okay, hold up. Kisha, did you look at the Dave Ramsey calculator? You got to be a good student now. I need you to Google the Dave Ramsey calculator and do those steps I just said. Be a good student, and then let me know you did it, and let me know the amount, because I already know the amount, so I'm going to know your bullshit because I already did it. So let me know the amount that you'll get. Remember, it's a long game, not overnight, but you can win. Thank you. Hold on. Major President said, remember, it's a long game. It's not overnight, but you can win. Yes, I'm on the calculator now, but I think I did something wrong. Okay, go back to it. When it first come on the Dave Ramsey calculator, it's gonna ask your age. Put your age. Then it's gonna ask your retirement year. Put 65. Then it's gonna say your initial investment. Put 5K. Then go down to the next one. It's gonna say what's gonna be your monthly contribution. Just say your monthly contribution is $500. Then you're going to go down a little bit lower. It's going to say what percentage. Put in 10%. I kept props in market crash, but luckily I took cash out all property and it wouldn't have been. Well, I bought all my properties during the market crash in 2007, 2008. I got some great deals. Now, if I'm trying to get in the real estate game the same way I was back there, it'd be virtually almost impossible. Houses I was getting for $20,000 or $30,000 in Toledo, Ohio market. Them same houses are going for $120,000, $130,000 now. It'd be virtually impossible for me to do that same process. Now with the stock market, it won't be. You know what I'm saying? But getting into real estate, oh yeah, it'd be hard for me right now. Now we got 28 people in here. Can everybody follow? Follow Major, follow Keisha. Anybody on here follow California Lee because they interacting with me. They being visible. They all tapping the screen for follow them individuals. Hold up. I'm trying to retire at 50. 2020, I started investing in the market. I feel I pulled out stupid. I had to stay. If I had to stay, I'd be up 200K easily. I'm 32. I'm trying to retire at 50. So we're going to just say 52. So that's 22 years in the market, K. So, Kev, same thing. Go to Dave Ramsey calculator. Put in $1,000. And I guarantee, no, but you might have to put in like maybe 12 to 15. Just put in 1,000 and play with it and see where it puts you. So they should put you in that role. See? Oh, wow. 1.1 mil. Now, just imagine you put 1,000. That'll take you too close to 3 mil. One of you got enough money to play with 1,500. Just say you can play with 1,500. You'll be about 5 mil by the time you retire, young lady. This shit is not rocket science, but all them people on that podcast, they got the jury on. They them fake ass cars that ain't theirs that they rent. Them Airbnb houses they gonna do 25 videos in there before they get out within 3 days. It's all a facade. They ain't giving you the game. This simple shit. I gave you the most simple. The Major President just gave you a simple game. Maximize your Roth IRA at your age. He said you have 1.4 mil. That's only $7,000 a year. That's less than $500 a month. Yes, that's why I say, young lady, Keisha, call Vanguard or Charles Schwab. When you get off of me, call them. They're going to tell you everything we said. But the first thing you open up a Roth. Hold up, let me put it on the wall. Because, you know, my voice sounds funny because the way I talk. No, I got a weird ass voice. Anybody can hear my voice that grew up with me going to know that's my motherfucking ass. So I put on there, open up a Roth. I have a 401k with Vanguard. Okay, you have a 401k with Vanguard. So call Vanguard. Tell them now you want to open up a Roth. So your 401k, that's with your job. So now maximize $500 a month with that Roth. And like he said, in 30 years, you're going to have 1.1 mil. You can't put more than $500 a month in that Roth because they're going to take you to about $7,000. But you still can sit there and put more money in your 401k, or they can open up another fund for you. So like I tell people, this shit is not rocket science. Everybody want to sound so smart on social media. I break it down so simply. They was like, man, I could have been doing that 20 years ago. But people scared of that boogeyman. And why I say people scared of that boogeyman, because everybody think that the stock market is the boogeyman. One thing about the stock market ain't racist. The stock market ain't prejudice. The stock market don't care. The stock market is not game banging. The stock market don't have no investment interest with anybody. The stock market gonna do what it do. The stock market don't have no political motherfucking backing. They don't care. Okay, go ahead and take over, nephew. I want you to break everything down for Keisha. And we got a new person here, Vonda. I want you to break everything down. What you think they should do in 2026, and tell them about your gains, what you did to make your gains, and the discipline part about this. Go ahead and take over. It's your show. And everybody, please follow these two individuals that you see on the wall. They should be picking up 21 new people. Let's not be selfish. These people on here wasting their time. They giving up good advice. They can help you put you on the road to making millions. So do not be fucking selfish. Y'all 19 people should be following them. Period. Let's do this, y'all. Let's go. My fault, nephew.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm at work. That's why I said that. So I would do the Roth IRA. I would set it up monthly. 2026 is 7,500, 7,000 last year. And what was your other question?
Okay. What was your gains this year? And tell them some of the things, the other stocks they should invest in, and break down the discipline part of this and the long term with your investment goals.
So to make it easy for me, I just do automatic. So I set it and forget it. So whatever you feel as though you can afford, when you go on Vanguard, Fidelity, they have like a reoccurring automatic payment. I had to shut that. I was getting a phone call. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
They got a reoccurring payment system, so they just take it right out of my account. Whatever you set it up for, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 a month, whatever you want it to be. That way, every month I don't forget. Almost like a car payment or your mortgage. Set that up. So what I was invested in my Roth was VGT and VOO. It had got up to like close to 30% at one time on the gains. It capped out for the year at 22.5%.
Okay.
That's in my Roth. In my regular investments, I have VOO. I have the same thing. VOO, VGT, and then Berkshire Hathaway, BRKB. And that was in the 20s too. I don't want to tell you the wrong number, but that was in the 20s as well.
Get that money. Get that money.
So
now,
to me, I just prefer for it to automatically come out. I tried it the other way, trying to remember, send them money, do this, do that. I just set it up. If time gets slow for me, you could always put it back to zero, or don't have it come out that month. But
right.
Or you can always add more.
See, what I do, I automatically got it coming out each month. But every year, I always tweak stuff. I always try to add more. Even you add an extra 50 a month, 25. I always try to add extra money each year, and then whatever amount I have in my checking account and savings account that I have over money, I narrow that down to a certain amount. Just say the other day I just sent $4K to Charles Schwab because I had $14K in one of my checking accounts. So I just took the $4,000 out because I had that 10 in there. Then I went to several accounts and it did that and said, okay, I got over 10 in all the accounts. I'm gonna pull some of that money out. And what I had over, and one I had like 3,500, one I had like 1,600 over the 10K. So I just sent that to the broker's account.
Right. So, but here's what I would tell. Here's what I would tell everybody on the line. Just type in any of these ETFs, Google them, and go back and do a 10-year history. See what their return is, and then you pick for yourself which one you decide. The Roth is good because it's after tax dollars. So once you get a certain age and you go to pull your money out, it's not like a 401k. You're not going to get taxed on any of your money once you're at a certain age. So say you, like, what's her name, Keisha? Say she gets to 60 years old and she got $1 million in there. She could pull her whole million out or partials of it and not get no tax on it because she invested with after tax dollars.
Facts.
Unlike the 401k.
Facts.
But you can explain it. You're getting it here too from Accidental Investor, but you really can't lose with that. And that's why they keep a max on it. Like last year it was 2025, it was 7,000. This year they went up 500 more, now 7,500. Unless you're over 50.
And the reason they do that because that fund is constantly growing and making people money. If they let people put millions in there, like Shaq, LeBron James, it'd be ludicrous. So they're gonna make sure no matter how much money you gotta stop at 7,000. They don't care who you are unless you marry.
Right.
That's why I say, I'm proud of you, man, because when we started kicking it on here, you had a goal. And I'm glad you smashing that goal, man, because it's all about discipline. This shit ain't hard. And people want to get rich overnight, like day trading and swing trading. It's too risky. I had a long-term vision. When I came home from prison, I told myself I gotta have myself financially set up by the time I got 65. I smashed that already. I'm light years ahead why I said I'm gonna be at 65. And I still got 5 more years to go. Cause I can retire, but I'm always gonna do what I do because I love coming to the shop. I love helping you. So I'm always doing that because I can do it on my time. If I feel like going home right now, I can fucking go home. I've been in the back room for 2 hours. But that's why I set my appointments up, where I can come back and bullshit, or I can leave and go work out with the kids at the gym. I'm a retired state nurse, retired last year, 64. I'm an SES member, unit voted GOP in Michigan. So how do you do with your finances? What kind of pension do you have? So Major, I want to say, man, I'm gonna give you your props, man, because I know you focus. And I know
I lost focus though. Like I texted earlier in 2020, I started that journey.
Right.
When things got bad, I really don't want to say, what it was, because they get funny about that. When things got bad, I pulled everything out and took a loss.
Right.
But now this is what I'm gonna tell you on this deep. If I would have kept my money in there from 2020 and continued to invest to the day, I wouldn't have started over last year and a half ago. I probably would have had like 250,000.
See?
Even if it wasn't, it would have been close. Cause I did the math on when I was putting in. But when everything dropped, oh my goodness, I got scared and panicked. But you just gotta play the long game.
You gotta play the long game. Cause I always tell people, whatever I invest in the market, I'm willing to lose it. I'm willing to lose. If I put a dollar, I'm willing to lose it. So I'm gonna play the long game. Like in cryptocurrency, same thing. When Donald Trump left the office, I stopped investing in crypto because the Biden administration, his people were so against cryptocurrency, I didn't put no money in. So I just kept my position. But if I had kept investing the same amount done 4 years, man, I'd have been well over 7 figures. I missed 4 years investing in the motherfucking crypto because I got nervous. I didn't pull nothing out, but I still didn't make the same contributions. I should have never stopped. But I didn't pull nothing.
Hey,
you're doing good then, Phil. Billy said he make 10K per month pre-tax. That's excellent.
In 2020, that VOO was like 285, 240. It's like 670 now, 623 right now.
What one you say?
There all that time. What'd you say?
What fund you talking about?
In like 2020, VOO was like 285 or something like that. It was down. It was down, and I imagine now I'd have made over $400 on each share.
Right, because what is almost 700 now.
Yeah, and I got scared because I seen things dry. They was dropping little $20, $30, because of what was going on at the time. So, yeah.
And that one thing I never did, I never poured nothing out of the stock market, and I never poured nothing out of crypto because I know I had good positions in all of them. And then I know I was in the game for long term. Because we all know They all only got 4 years if they lucky and get 8. The first 3 years fighting, the money was messed up. The last year before he left, the market started going back up. That's the way he's gonna have something to talk about when he can get his ass back in. But since Donald Trump been in there, the market been great for the last year. I don't know what they're gonna do in 226, but we know they hustlers. That's why I tell people to get into crypto now. Because Donald Trump, they're gonna make sure they're gonna get him and his homies some money before he leave office. I would never willingly go back to work. It's horrible out there for nursing. People losing their suit. Yeah, it is. It's horrible everywhere for people. But if you're making $10,000 a month, I wouldn't go back to work if you don't have to. Me, like I said, I work for myself. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy coming to the barber shop. I enjoy going to the boxing gym. You know, then I got money coming in for real estate and the group home. I don't even go look at that shit. I have somebody take care of the real estate, something happens. And then somebody else, we partners in the group home, so I don't even go over there. I don't even know who the clients are, except for 2 or 3. I don't even go in, you know. She just told me yesterday she got a new client. I'm like, all right. But one thing about it, she let me know everything that's going on. But so she don't even know if I build that car. She work another job also during the day to keep her insurance. But she don't even know if I be over there or not. But I haven't been over there because I really don't give a fuck. Just do what you do. Give me the money you say you're going to give me, and I just stay out the way. But once somebody do a business with me, I let them run that business. I don't micromanage. I let you do what you're going to do because I wouldn't do a business with you if I don't trust you. So once I'm doing a business with you, I don't care about you putting your name on it. I'm about to start a business with somebody else right now. The name of that business, I'm putting that business name on it. I don't give a fuck. I just want my money, man. You can have the glory. And I don't even want nobody to know I'm doing the damn business. I don't like people to do it. No, a lot of shit I got going on, but I don't want people to dislike me. And people have a tendency to start disliking you when they think you're doing better than them. I don't know why their mindset is like that. Instead of coming to get the information. So I try to keep my name away from certain stuff. So a lot of people really don't know what I do unless I say it on here and the guys in the shop. But most people don't even know what I got going on because I just don't want people to dislike me because they think you might be doing better than them. I want people to come at me and like me for me instead of automatically disliking. And people do that nowadays.
But you might have to give them the whole or you can give them the whole breakdown on the total of wealth. I mean, it includes a lot. You got your investments. Hopefully, at a certain point in time, you own your own. You gotta have a life insurance policy, especially if you got husband, wife, loved ones, children. Right. Then, like a lot of times in other cultures, that life insurance policy boosts the people. Somebody passed. Besides them leaving a solid asset, homes, maybe some cars, some rental property. But even if they don't have that, while they're growing their wealth and something happens, you got that life insurance policy, you know? If you can afford one, don't get the $10,000 policy. You can get it if that's all you can afford, but get something that's going to be substantial to help your spouse, to help your children to continue their quality of life if something is to happen to you.
Right.
And that's like the total makeup of your wealth right there, you know.
Because my mother had 100,000, but you had to split between 6 people on Barbarian. And you know, she had an insurance policy so long ago, she didn't really know, but she still did good. Now, my insurance policy about to lapse in 3 years. I've been looking up insurance policy. My goal is to go ahead and buy $1 million insurance policy. Cause the next product is gonna last me 20 or 30 years. So I say I get the $1 million insurance policy. If God bless me with another 30 or 40 years on this planet, I'll be 100. But I want to leave my daughter, my stepdaughter, and my grandkids at least $250,000 from them, you know, from the insurance policy. Not from the asset. So I say I'm gonna go ahead and buy another insurance policy. A big one. I'm gonna buy the bigger one I can buy. And I know it's gonna be at least $1 million plus. I'm making sure, I want to make sure they have some kind of generational wealth. Because the way I got it set up anyway, even with that money on that insurance policy, they're going to go into a trust. They ain't going to get it. If it go into a trust, they get 10% to maybe 15% from that $250,000 that they get. And that money going to have to be reinvested. So I want them to always have some money coming each year. So they're going to get 10 or 15% from the trust for the rest of their life. And when they die, their offspring name will be put in that trust. I mean, their name gonna be put in that trust anyway. They don't get anything from the trust. They get their benefits after they perish. I want to make sure they don't get their money and mess it up on tricking, buying cars, buying clothes, taking care of their boyfriend, doing dumb shit, taking trips. So you get a certain percentage, and they also gonna have a job or a business if they choose to do. But they ain't gonna get all that money at one time on nothing. But I know how it's gonna go. I know they're gonna mess it up. Hey, I just got some people coming in, nephew. I appreciate you coming in.
All right, y'all. Be safe, man. Keep
But
it
Major,
blessed.
I appreciate it. Hold up before you go. Everybody follow him. He should be picking up 9 people right now. Really, he should be picking up 9 people.
And I'm driving. I follow back, but I'm
Right. So he gonna follow you back. Everybody follow him and follow the host. I got a question. What is the difference between a 401 and an IRA? Answer that question, nephew.
So, well, you got 2 different IRAs. You got a traditional IRA, which is post-tax funds, right? So you would put that in, say, from if you're a working person, that could go right from your check, from your gross, not your net. Then the Roth IRA is after-tax dollars, like from your net dollars, if you understand what I'm saying, from your net dollars, and that has a cap on it. The Roth IRA has a cap, meaning you can only contribute a certain amount a year. 2026 is $7,500. You can break that down in a weekly or monthly, or pay it at once to get your $7,500. And did they say the 401k? Was that part of that question?
Yep. It said 401k also.
So the 401k, a lot of times we can't control our investments in the 401k, especially if it's through your employer. Now, if your employer got a match, I would still stick with it. The 401k is a lot of times given through your employers, whatever their investment is or whatever their company is, you invest, you put pre-tax dollars, meaning they're not taxed, into an investment up to a certain amount, whatever percentage you tell your employer, and a lot of times they will match up to a certain percentage. And it's better than nothing. All 3 of them is better than nothing. I think the Roth is one of the better ones, and you can see how powerful it is because that's the only one they capped so low. Like this year, $7,500. I'm almost positive that you can max out a 401k at like $21,000 or $23,000, like the one you get from your job. Now, those 2 are pre-tax dollars, which means when you go to pull your money out, even if you got to borrow against it, you get penalized. You pull your money out and they tax you. On the Roth, if you ever want to pull your money out after a certain age, but you can do it before that too, just what you put in, not your gains, you won't get taxed. Say if you, once you hit a certain age, if you want to pull out $60,000, you'll get the whole 60, not get taxed on it because you already paid the taxes on those dollars, if that makes sense.
Yes, it do. Good teacher. Good teacher. Good teacher. Good teacher. Good teacher. So I'm gonna have to get up out of here, nephew. And I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody asking questions. Hey man, let's get money in 2026. I love all
Y'all
y'all.
stay blessed. All right, y'all.